Right now, millions of people are facing severe flooding and widespread power outages. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis called the storm's impact, quote, historic, as officials try to restore utilities statewide. CBS News' Cristian Benavides joins us now from Orlando. Cristian, tell us what you're seeing in Orlando right now and what else is happening across the state.
Lana, Tanya, good afternoon. I mean, right now things are certainly much calmer than what we've seen really throughout the day and in the early afternoon. We had started to feel the effects of Tropical Storm Ian, now Tropical Storm Ian. That tropical storm, of course, now making its way out into the Atlantic, where it could strengthen once again and then head up into the Carolinas and potentially Georgia. So we are watching out for that. Meantime, here in Orlando, let me just explain a little bit about why we're here in Orlando, right? This is essentially swampland. So the concern here was for the potential of historic flooding. Why is that? Because you get a little bit of rain here in Orlando and you start to see flooding. So with a major rain event like this, that's what the concern was, that this major rain event could lead to historic flooding. We did see some flooding. In fact, one local interstate here, the Turnpike, had to be shut down for about 13 miles. 13 miles of it were shut down because of flooding. We saw a number of water rescues, and about a half hour north of where we're located, a 72-year-old man apparently drowned in the floods. That was according to local authorities. State authorities haven't really confirmed that yet, but local authorities saying that this 72-year-old man drowned in the flood. So again, that was the concern here. Obviously, we've seen those heartbreaking images coming out of southwestern Florida. What happened down there is just absolutely heartbreaking, and it's heart-wrenching, really, seeing the people that have been rescued throughout the morning and just knowing that there is just so much ahead in order for rescue crews to really be able to get everybody out. And then on top of that, for crews to just be able to assess the damage. I mean, let's remember, there is no cell phone service out there. There's no electricity out there. So it is just incredibly difficult for these crews to even know how bad it really could be out there. So really, we're assessing a lot of damage. About 2.5 million customers in Florida without power. And to give you a sense of how much that has really affected people, obviously in the hardest hit areas, you've got places that are completely out of power. But even in nearby Polk County, about 30 minutes west of here, which is really central Florida, you got about half the customers that are out of power.
Wow, that far inland. So, Cristian, have you been able to speak to anyone who may have tried to ride out the storm in one of the evacuation zones? I know you said a lot of people are obviously without power, without cell phone service, without internet. So I know communication is very, very difficult, if at all. But have you been able to personally speak to anyone in one of those zones?
Well, look, those zones, as you said, there's no cell phone service. There also is no electricity. So it's very hard to get a hold of people that are actually there, even though some of them have been tweeting out those images, or at least tweeted out images up until internet service really was cut. Personally, the people that we've spoken to, and I think just more generally, I kind of want to leave you guys with this anecdote, because there's just so much happening here. So much heartbreak, really. What I've seen is, and the people that I've spoken to are people like a hotel manager who said, hey, listen, we're going to remain open, but for those families that are affected, so that they can, for the people that work here, so that they can ride out the storm here. Yeah, we could put those hotels up and make money from them, but instead we want the families of the people that work here to be able to ride out the storm safely. That was here in Orlando, talking to the general manager here. So those are some of the anecdotes that we've been kind of getting, just sort of people trying to come together in the face of just something just so horrible.
Oh, it's wonderful to hear that at least it's bringing out the best in people, right? This sense of coming together in the face of such devastation.
Yeah, Cristian Benavides, thank you.